Good morning or good afternoon or evening or whenever the hell you're watching this. Hello. I have my massive cup of my fresh lemon water. I'm starting my day. I'm finally hungry. It's like almost 10:30ish, and I just felt like sharing and bringing you with me for what I'm eating in a day to get and stay healthy, which is what this channel is all about. If you don't know me, hello, I'm Corinne, and I teach you how to make healthy meals and how easy they are, and they're not fancy, and pretty much anyone can do it. I don't use any fancy gadgets, gizmos. Hey man, pots, pans, blender, food processor, cutting boards, really good knives, and a knife sharpener. That's pretty much it. I have a big ass bag of some sweet potatoes. I'm going to take one of those, I'm going to steam a tater in the microwave, and then add I'm going to season it up with some cinnamon and some fruits on the side. That's going to be my breakfast because that's what I'm in the mood for. It is in the middle of January. There's some snow on the ground, and it's like 487 below zero. And that's without the wind chill. If the wind chill was involved, I think it'd be more like 897. Yes, those are accurate numbers. That said, I'm also wearing 3 shirts, 3 pants, and 14 socks, and slippers, and a partridge in a pear tree. I'm just kidding. I do have layers on, though, because I'm a big baby and I hate cold, and I can't wait for summertime. And for dinner, because it's whatever temperature I said below zero outside, I'm in the mood for soup. It's soup season. So I'm going to be doing some broccoli. I'm thinking some breaded, seasoned broccoli that I'm going to roast in the oven, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. And then to have along with it is going to be a big-ass bowl of my bomb diggity potato bean soup with some veggies in it as well, because yay veggies and weight loss and healthy, and that's how I was able to lose 40 pounds and counting, and keep it off by eating this way. And if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, I'm going to put up a picture right now of me. This is what I used to look like before adapting a mostly whole foods, plant-based lifestyle. That was, I got sober from alcohol. Coming up on 11 years sober. In April will be 11 years. I'm pretty proud of myself. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I do these videos to show you how easy it is to get and stay healthy. I'm going to go play with some taters and some fruits. I'll show you what I have going on, and then stay tuned because I will bring you along with what the hell I'm doing for dinner and how I make it, if you're wondering. So here we go. All right, look at the size of this. That's awesome. And also, that's what she said. So how easy this is. I'm cutting these little pieces off. I'm sure they're fine, but whatever. I'm going to be stabby. I have to be really careful doing this for 2 reasons. A, duh, stabby, but oh my God. So last night I was going up my stairs. I was running up my stairs and I was wearing slippers, and the toe of my slipper caught on one of my stairs, and I tripped and I fell, and I caught all of my weight with the palm of my hand right here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still pretty poofy and it's like rock hard in there. I don't think I broke anything because I can do this, but I can't grip. I can't use my thumb, and that really sucks. And for comparison, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but yeah, that hurts like a son of a bitch. So I just need to be really careful. And stabby is also very careful, but whatevs. Okay, good that way. This is quite a fat freaking sweet potato. Normally I would steam it in the microwave for 5 minutes or so. I'm going to do 6 minutes and then check it at that time. So that's what I'm doing with this. And then I have these 2 little mandarins, this adorable, delicious, crispy, cosmic crisp apple, and I have a banana. Ring, ring, hello. It's for you. I'm just kidding. I'm a dork. I'm like 5. This particular meal is so effing filling and really, really good for meal prep. It is perfect for meal prep because you can steam, God, that fucking hurts. You can steam a bunch of potatoes, cook them, bake them, whatever. Get a bunch of freaking potatoes ready. Oh my God, that sucks. If you put your taters in the oven or whatever, Instant Pot, whatever you have, I don't have one of those. But anyway, get them ready on a Sunday. What I used to do, working my 9 to 5, is get a bunch of food ready on a Sunday, and that way I have grab and go. So if you have a busy schedule, then planning ahead is key if you want successful health, weight loss, and that way you're not grabbing Snickers bars when you get hangry, like, turning into Joe Pesci, like is what I used to do. I didn't gain weight, a whole bunch of it, by, eating how I'm eating now and eating healthy. I gained weight because I ate a bunch of processed shit that didn't do any good for my health. It just made me bloated. It made me lethargic. It made me become a couch potato because I didn't have any energy. It made me depressed because I was gaining weight, and that was awful. And just all the freaking ailments that comes with being overweight, or in my case, as I used to be, obese. I was miserable and I hated it. And I had to make a change. So I did. You saw that picture of me. That was miserable. That was depression. That was putting on a fake smile. I didn't want to do that anymore. So I got introduced, and I've talked about this before in different videos, but I got introduced to the Whole30 diet, which is basically cutting out all processed foods, all sugars, and learning what eating whole foods is all about. Foods in their most whole form, not something that comes in a box. Stuff like what I show you and teach you on my channel, eating a whole foods lifestyle. From there, I went down the rabbit hole of learning how animals are treated when it comes to how they end up in the freezer or refrigerated section. And I saw things I couldn't unsee, heard things I couldn't unhear, and from that point forward, I stopped eating animals and I adapted this kind of way of eating. And it has filled me up. It has led to 40 pounds of weight loss, 40 pounds and counting, because I've maintained that 40-ish pounds for so long. But now I wouldn't mind losing even a few more and then some, or just getting... I got lazy and I ate shit with sugar in it and processed stuff, and learning how to eat mostly whole foods, game changer. But if you're a beginner and you're like, Corinne, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I want to do this, but it looks way too overwhelming, keep watching my videos, like and subscribe, please, because that's what this is all about, is showing you how effing easy it is. Whether it be the foods I'm showing you for meal prep, or just, hey, prepare it at night, and then for the next day you have grab and go, or whatever the case may be. My tater's almost done, so let me show you what I do with that. I'm so excited because I love sweet potatoes. They're so good for you, and I've lost weight eating a fuck ton of potatoes. Regular potatoes, sweet potatoes. There's so many different ways to prepare potatoes because they're good for you and they have lots of vitamins. They're not the enemy; they are your friend. So eat a potato. I'm gonna show you my sweet potato. Look at how much food is on this plate. This is gonna fill me the fluff up until whatever. And you know what? If for some reason my body is still, give me more food after I eat this, then I might just have a repeat. But I'll have another apple first, and I'll have another orange first, and I have a couple more sweet potatoes. So I'll eat the non-starchy things and then the starchy things, and that has what has been helping me get and stay healthy and lose a fluff ton of weight. And yes, to me, 40 pounds is a fluff ton. Ooh, also later today, in a couple of different videos ago, I cooked up a crap ton of chickpeas on the stove, and I made these. I just took some chickpeas that were cooked, and I seasoned them with some, the hell did I put on these? Paprika and a little bit of garlic salt, roasted them, and now they're my little crunchy go-to snack, and they're so good on so many dishes, which is what I'm going to be doing later. And then I also have these leftover chickpeas, and I'm going to be making these a more sweet grab-and-go snack. So I will show you how I do that. But first, this looks and smells amazing. I'm going to go shove it in my pie hole. and bring you back with me a little bit later. I finished eating that bomb-ass plate of food and I did not need to eat anymore. I'm full, it was satisfying, and the best part, one of the best parts about eating these kinds of foods is before I adapted eating a whole foods, mostly plant-based lifestyle is, and maybe you can relate, but when you would eat a big ass plate of food and then you just want to be a couch potato and lethargic and you feel like shit and you have no energy, it is literally the opposite when you eat the kinds of foods that I show you how to eat. I'm energetic. I feel I have even more energy because I eat the way that I eat. I don't eat shit that makes me feel sluggish. I used to, but getting even healthier and being able to help you out, again, that's why we're here. So if you're still here, thank you, you're awesome. I'm going to get to cooking up these chickpeas because I know they're going to be amazing. I was going to only portion, or you'd use a portion of these to make them a more of a sweet treat, if you will. But yeah, I'm going to use this whole mother truckin' thing, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to sweeten them. I'm going to get them all crispy so I can have them as a snack to just, grab and pop in my pie hole, or to use them as a topper for like the breakfast that I just had. The sweetened version of these chickpeas, which are high in protein and fiber. They're so good for you. They're so, man, I can't get over how much I love chickpeas. They're so good for you in so many ways. Get on the Googles and check out how chickpeas can improve your health. But anyway, they would have been great as a topper for the breakfast I just had. Great for a topper for oatmeal, which I may do tomorrow morning if I don't have a repeat of what I just had, because yum. Or like I said for dinner last night, I had my cookie dough smoothie for dinner. Yes, that's actually a real thing, made with plants. Fucking incredible. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to sweeten these, stick them in the oven, let them bake at 400 for like 20 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on them and then let them sit. When you take them out of the oven, when you cook them like this, the worst part is the patience. You have to let them sit, because the longer they sit, the more crispy they get. And that's what I'm going for. That's the consistency I want. Then after this, I'm going to load my dishwasher because my dishes are in my sink and they're staring at me and I hate them, but whatevs, gotta take care of that. And then I think I might run to the grocery store because the forecast here in the planet Hoth is going to be worse over the next few days. We have more snow coming that I just checked the weather a few minutes ago and learned that there's 2 to 5 inches coming. That's what she said. That's what he said. But then the high in 2 days, on Friday for me, the high is -12. There's a whole lot of nope going on there for me. So that means I'm going to get my ass out into the frozen tundra today to get some more zucchini, some more cauliflower, some more yum, more bananas. I need more fruit. I need more things, because this is how I eat. And cost-wise, you'd be surprised. When you start eating this way, it is not as expensive as people can think when you just buy these fruits and vegetables. But anyway, have I mentioned I have ADHD in the kitchen? I'm going to show you how I cook these, stick them in the oven, load my dishwasher so I can get the flock out of here and do what I got to do. Okay, so you may or may not be amazed at what I'm about to show you as far as what I'm seasoning this with, which is super duper simple. I'm going in with my pure maple syrup, not pancake syrup. I stopped buying pancake syrup years ago because when you read the ingredients on the back of a pancake syrup bottle, look at all that horse shit in there versus the ingredients on pure maple syrup. Do you see? Oh, I gotta be careful how I hold that because I'm a baby. Ingredients: pure maple syrup. That's it. That's all that's going into my body. Not a bunch of processed additive sweeteners and blah. So I'm going to not measure. I'm going to eyeball and just kind of put a little drizzle. This is going to add the sweetness part to my beans. Okay, there. What? Maybe a tablespoon and a half-ish. Then I'm going in with a crap ton of cinnamon, which I refilled. And so this is the Ceylon cinnamon powder that I get. It's so much better for you, for your digestive system. Get on the Google machine and read about Ceylon cinnamon. I get this from Amazon. I can link it below for you so you can check it out and get some if you'd like as well. That said, I'm going in here generously with some cinnamon. And then I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to put the cover on and shake the shit out of it. Look at that! Caramelized, what's going to be caramelized effing goodness. Look! Oh my god, I'm so excited. And the smell of that alone. Alright. Now, normally I would do this left-handed to show you, but, you know, I have an issue. So I'm going to do this way. I'm just going to put it all on here. And I'm going to carefully smoosh these about. Kind of spread them. So that way, they crisp up and cook better in the oven. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to start at 20 minutes for these at 400 degrees. And then check them. If they don't seem crispy enough, then they go back in until who knows the amount of time. Until they get to the desired crispiness that I want. Okay, this is going in the oven at 400 for 20 minutes. We'll see how they do. Okay, it has been 20 minutes. My timer just beeped at me, so we are going to do this together. Oh, it smells so good in here. All right, moment of truth, I guess. Let's be careful. Okay, they're still not as hard as I want it to be. That's what she said. So, oh, look at that gooiness. Man, when these are done, they're going to be amazing. I don't want it gooey. I want them, okay, see, look, I'm fucking that all up. I'm going to put these back in for, you know what? I'll put the timer at 9 minutes. Because why not do a weird number? I'm going to put these back in for 9 minutes, and then we're going to see how they're doing. Okay, even though I set my timer for 10 minutes, they started to smell like take me out because I'm burning. So that's what I did. So about 8 more minutes. Again, at 400 degrees. So they feel, I don't know if you can hear that. They feel and sound crispier. So I am going to make up my little grocery list and go to Aldi in the freaking frozen tundra out there because I want to get that done. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about the upcoming weather. And I can get started on my dinner, which it's going to be so comforting and delicious. I'm very much looking forward to it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let these just sit here and literally chill until I get back, and then we're going to give them a taste test, and hopefully they're crispy and delicious. All right. Time to do this. I feel like Ralphie's little brother from The Christmas Story. I better not fall. I hate winter. All right. I survived grocery shopping. It was not as brutal as I thought, and it wasn't as people-y as I thought. It was windy and cold and stupid, and I hated that part, but I do not mind grocery shopping. It's actually kind of fun, and I made out with all sorts of good stuff. And one thing that I've talked about before is certain fruits and veggies, like having snacks and or foods on grab and go so you're not like a freaking trash panda digging into all the shit that's not healthy for you. I ended up washing up green grapes, red grapes, some cherries, and that's what I snacked on. And a couple of mandarin oranges. I got some navel oranges. I got all sorts of stuff. So that was actually my lunch, was a butt ton of fruit. That's an actual measurement. A butt ton of fruit, along with the leftover buffalo chickpea tofu cauliflower mixture from my buffalo tofu wrap taco burrito jobbies I made in a previous video. Go check that out because it was delicious. So I have had my syrupy cinnamony chickpeas literally chilling. I'm going to show you how they turned out. Well, just here, look. They're, I don't know if you could hear that. I'm not going to chew with my mouth open, but the perfect texture. So I'm going to scrape these off and eat some of them, put them in a container, and then get dinner started, which is going to be the potato, bean, broccoli soup, potato veggie soup with some beans, because yum and healthy and fiber and protein. And then I'm also going to be taking some zucchini and this beautiful head of broccoli, making an oat flour batter type mixture, and sticking that in the oven. So we're going to have a side of battered, crispy, flavored, seasoned, delicious veggies. So like I was saying, we're going to be having a bunch of vegetables with the vegetable potato soup. I'm just going to start showing you how I'm making it. So here we go. So I busted out my fancy inexpensive blender, which I'll link below. And man, that injury was pissing me off that I couldn't grip a lot of things. That's what she said. Alright, so anyway, I put about 1.5 cups of oats in my blender and blended it up into a fine powder, a flour, if you will, which I'm now going to season with a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and then a decent amount of my nooch, which just is awesome for adding flavor. And then enough water to turn it into like a pancake batter, which I'm going to put aside because that's going to thicken up. Now let's bust out the taters, and I just have some regular yellow taters here, which I washed up, and I'm going to peel most of the peel off of them. You can leave the peel on if you want to, but that's just how I decided to do it. I mean, they're going to be blended up into the soup for the most part anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So now I'm taking my fancy knife that the taters don't stick to and just chopping these up into small pieces to get them boiling, again, to turn them into a soup. Now you can use regular water for this. I had some veggie stock. I wanted to use it up and it adds a little bit of extra flavor. And now I want to open up a can of beans for some more protein, but I couldn't squeeze the motherfucking can opener, so I called my wonderful smart-assed husband in to do it.
You take this fucking who's the what's it and you clip on the thing and you'll know you're doing it right when you hear you hear that? Hey, you guys hear that click? That's how you know you're doing it right. Now, once you hear that click, all right, I'm going to do it again one more time. Are you ready? Who's the what's it's on there? Can's upright. Okay, let me back up. This is for people who can't open a can. We're going to open a can. This happens to be a can of...
They're fucking beans.
Can't open the can... beans. And then you just turn the handle, whatever way you want to turn it. It's up to you guys. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to help you can't open can of beans.
Okay, get out of here. Thank you. Alright, after I composed myself, I rinsed those beans and put them into the pan, put it over medium-high heat, let that go as I start to get the veggies ready that I'm going to stick in that awesome seasoned batter I have sitting over there. So I had a zucchini, I just chopped it up into little half moons or whatever, and then I have this big-ass thing of broccoli that I'm just turning into little bite-sized florets. Now, I can't add them to the batter yet because, look, that's exactly what I expected. That flour, it absorbs all the water and it thickened up. So I just wanted to add a little bit more water, perfect consistency. And then I'm gonna need a bigger bigger bowl. So that's what I did. Poured all the veggies in there, poured the batter over, gloved up, and mixed all that shit up to get everything coated all the way through. And then once again, I'm gonna need a bigger boat. So I grabbed not one but 2 cookie sheets from the 1900s, lined them with parchment paper, and then baked them for 25 minutes. I had a total bonehead attack here and completely forgot to turn my mic on as I'm talking to the camera, telling you that I added a bag of steamed cauliflower to the soup as well as to bulk it up with low-calorie dense foods to make it more hearty and more filling with less calories. Now I am testing my taters to make sure they're fork tender, so I went in with my immersion blender. If you don't have one, you can just pour some of this into a regular blender and it works just fine. I didn't want to blend all of it. I wanted to leave some for texture. That's perfect. I went in with some steamed chopped broccoli, and then I added a can of drained rinsed kidney beans, some minced onion, some nooch, some of my favorite veggie stock powder, and I'll link this below. I use it on everything. And then for a little umami, some low sodium soy sauce. Stirred it up, little taste test here, and what did I need to add? Oh, cracked pepper. Couldn't do it, had to call the hubby in, because I couldn't grip the freaking thing. I also had to call him in to open up yet another can of beans for me, just a can of butter beans, and I just wanted the extra protein. And last but not least, some marijuana. I'm just kidding, it's a big bag of my frozen spinach. I wanted the extra greens in there for the health. Barely any calories and even more healthy. Okay, so as you saw, soup is done with all that deliciousness, and these veggies are roasted and also done. It took a little bit of time, but dinner is done. You saw the crispy veggies. They are freaking delicious. I added a little bit of salt and pepper on top, but that's it. I haven't tasted the soup yet because it's still too freaking hot. I'm gonna try and do this with my hand. Oh my god. You gotta try this. You have to make it. A big ass bowl of soup with all that deliciousness in there. The veggies, the protein, the fiber, everything that's going to make me really full with very little calories. Calorie dense foods to fill me up. And if I get hungry again, I'm going to go back for more and eat a crap ton of the same thing. Look at the crispy bits on that broccoli. Look at that. Roasted, perfect consistency, breaded with all those flavors. Dinner is done. I'm going to go apply this to my face. And hopefully at some point you will too. Let me know if you make it and if you have any questions and or recipe ideas for me, or if there's something that you want to make. As always, thank you for watching. Eat clean, live loud. See you in the next video.